Hello, welcome to After Village Kitchen, the home of traditional African delights. Here you get to learn about Ghanaian traditional foods, and I have sauces and spice blends like Shito and my 10 spice blend, which is full of natural spices for your jollof, your stews. Everything is an all-pepper spice. So do check it out on my website. Plus, I also have my recipe book, my 101 Ghanaian cuisine, an introduction to Ghanaian foods. It has many more other recipes as well. So do check out my website, www.aftervillagekitchen.com, and shop for these products. Plus, there are so many recipes out there for you. Do follow my Instagram account because I do give live cooking sessions with tips and techniques. And whilst here on my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe because there's more coming your way. Today we are going to make Fante Kenkey. Alright, on my channel I have Kenkey or Komi, and today we are making Fante Kenkey. Basically it's the same kind of formula, but we use a different type of wrapper. So this is plantain. This is plantain or banana leaves that has been dried. I think it was kind of maybe smoked a bit and it was dried. And the Kenkey we use corn husk. So there's a slight difference by the taste. The taste that is brought along by the type of wrapper we use, whether it's plantain or corn husk. When we use the corn husk, we say it is Kenkey. When we use the plantain, it is called Fante Kenkey, and it does give it some slight difference in taste. So today we are going to make Fante Kenkey. It's the same kind of formula I use for my Kenkey, but the only difference being in the type of wrapper that is used. Right. So for our Fante Kenkey, we need some corn dough. This is fermented corn dough. You can get it from the Ghana shop or an African shop, or you can make your own. Actually, if you have access to an Indian store, you can get Indian head flour, corn flour, and make your corn dough out of it. I'll bring that to you very, very soon. But in the meantime, you can just get the corn dough from a good African store that stocks Ghanaian food. And it's the same kind of formula. If you want the recipe, please go to www.aftervillagekitchen.com. It is there for you. So I use a formula of 1 part corn dough to start my aflata, or to make the aflata. So I use 1 part corn dough to start off my aflata, and then I'll add another 1 part of the uncooked dough into the cooked dough to make my Fante Kenkey. So when you get the corn dough, sometimes it comes in big lumps like this. Just use your hands to press it all out so you get a nice and smooth, crumbly kind of dough. So to this, I'm just going to add in my measured water and mix it all up. I use my hands because it's so much easier to be able to have the feel and the texture, and you can press out all the lumps. It's easier, but if you want to use a spoon, a wooden spoon, by all means go ahead. So you basically want to make sure everything is pressed out and it's lump free. I'm starting to make my aflata or aflata. You know, sometimes when you speak English too much, you start to brothelize these things. But you know, we have to go back to our roots. Aflata, okay? Aflata. So to this, I'm just adding a tiny pinch of salt. I just want a little bit of taste, that's all. And basically, you just stir Make sure you are stirring because it starts to form up into a dough, and you want it to be nice and, you know, lump free. So keep on stirring until it comes together into a dough. It will start pulling away from the sides. It's beginning to form a dough. When it starts to form the dough, don't panic, right? Don't panic. Just keep on stirring in the same direction and start to press it on the sides of your pot so you don't have lumps forming. It's all nice and smooth and one nice dough. So basically, as soon as it starts to form into this dough, this is it, okay? Switch off your, I don't cook it any further because we are not making banku, we are making kenkey. You don't want your flatter to be so cooked, and especially when you are using a pot that retains so much heat, it keeps on, or it continues to cook. So switch off your heat like I have done now, and just basically press it out so that there are no lumps. So this is my aflata or aflata ready. So now all I have to do is to wait for it to cool down enough so that I can handle it and then add in my uncooked dough. Aflata or aflata, I just can't seem to pronounce this so right, like how they do back home. Yeah, so our flatter has now cooled down. It's still hot, but it's manageable. I can touch it. It's not too hot to touch. So I'm now going to add in my uncooked dough. It's probably wise to add it in a bit at a time, isn't it? So that it's much easier to manage. But hey, I totally forgot to do that. But when you're doing it, please add it in a bit at a time so it's easier for you to mix it all in. So all you've got to do is go at it slowly and mix it all up nicely. So it's now nice and mixed in nicely. At this point, I'll just add in water to get the kind of texture preference that I like. So I think the best kenkey are the ones that are nice and soft. So at this stage, you add in water to the kind of texture that you want, right? So I'm adding in water and mixing it in to make it nice and soft. For the full recipe, please go to www.aftradvillagekitchen.com. So here we go. This is the kind of texture I want. It's nice and soft. When it steams up, it's going to be a little bit hard. So I would say get it a little bit softer to the kind of texture preference that you want. And when it's steamed up and it dries up, it gets to that texture that you really, really want. Alright, so now it's time to wrap it up in my plantain or banana leaves, and to do that I'm just dividing my dough into 2 equal parts because I'm going to have 2 balls of kenkey out of this. So you just divide it into 2 and then we'll start wrapping it up. To start, get your leaves, layer them up, right? And then for this one, double it up a bit. Unlike the gar kenkey, you can just use single layers. This, double it up a bit So I've got like 2 layers on here. Pick your dough, put it in. Okay, and then we'll start wrapping it all round. You need more leaves to help you do that. Basically, you need to make sure you've got enough leaves to go all round it. All right. Okay, so see. There are ways you can wrap this. You can make like, you know, just like the Fante Kenkey, or they have this traditional typical way they make it, which we all know. So to do that, make sure your dough is centered, because you need a bit more leaves to fold into. So make sure your dough is kind of centered, and because it's made into like is it like a cylinder shape, so give it that shape. All right, you give it that shape and you start folding it in like that. All right, this one you don't twist. When you watch my Fante Kenkey, you find me twisting the edges, but this you fold it in. You fold it in. So you fold it in like that. Make sure you've got enough wrapper all round, and you fold it in, fold it in, fold it in. And again, as you're folding it in, you're molding it into the shape. Leaves to transfer into your Kenkey to give it that Fante Kenkey taste. So this is my Fante Kenkey, right? Ready to be steamed up. Now it's time to steam our Fante Kenkey. So you get a deep pot and you place some of the banana leaves at the bottom of your pot. It helps to get it steamed, and I'm using this, but if you don't have it, it doesn't matter. I just use this to give it a bit of a height. So there we go. And I place this on the top of it so it sits on and it has a good steam, a good proper steam. So all that's needed is to add in. I'm adding in about a liter of water and basically start to steam this. The heat is on, cover it and let the heat do its job. So this will take about 40 minutes for it to cook, and yeah, your Fante Kenkey will be ready to eat. So we have to wait now. So my Fante Kenkey boiled for about 50 minutes and it's done. It has cooled down so I can touch it. It's not hot, and just look at it. Good Fante Kenkey, just like you have it back home, and just look at it. So you can make Fante Kenkey by yourself at home, so long as you get hold of some plantain or banana leaves, you can make it at home. I hope you enjoyed my channel. If you did enjoy this video, Don't forget to subscribe, click on the notification button, and don't forget to share, recommend, and like, right? And I love to hear back from you, so don't forget to comment as well when you try out these recipes. Thank you so much for
the trumpet sound victory. The battle that we won is a battle for our peace. We promise on our honor that we'll never fight again, cause Ghana is a happy place of joy we should defend.
Get him, what's up, motherland? I done feel like Obidi and Afia. I'm in love with you now. Tamajiba maji hada mabia tawa wasanya wele doji la fufu.